Ho, 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 motherfucker.
He's circling all the way back to the first one.
You are banned from talking.
It's like pocket sand. It either works or it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
This has gone way too far.
Yeah.
It hasn't gone far enough.
Now it's lame. Thanks, Anthony.
Yeah, and we can fix him. I know I sound like the dude that has a savior complex. Like, we can fix him.
I think they really like me.
Yeah.
They respected me.
Stop giving the stripper money. I know we're laughing, but it's because we're trying to figure out if we have to bleep that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I feel sorry for you.
I'm gonna let it be a blowout. That's why I did the thing.
Right. So, in
That's not how you sold it to me at that point, but go on.
I committed the ultimate cardinal sin.
You didn't check for.
I didn't check them before because I was like, dude, so I basically wasted. The season passes are on sale.
Season passes are on sale.
Season passes are on sale. They are selling. Don't wait. We are stopping. Well, the sale of the season pass, the 2026 season pass, ends December 31st. So you got to get them now. We're only selling 100, so there's limited quantity. With that, you get obviously all your entry to open play, night games, Friday nights when we do those are all covered with that. You get 3 guest passes. You also get priority for any Zulu produced events. So you will get an email first and asking basically, hey, do you want to play? What team do you want to play on? And then you also get a discounted entry for those events. You also get 10% off everything we sell up at the counter, not in the shop. I don't own the shop.
Yeah.
But to bring it back 2 seconds, it doesn't even have to be AI. AI is just, it's the big boogeyman at the moment, right?
Well, it's just a new term that was slapped onto it.
Well, no. What I'm even saying is, like, as far as misinformation and believing stuff goes, 2 weeks ago, there was a news report that was talking about how the gas prices are under $3, under, blah, 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 for the administration, while standing in front of while standing across the street from a gas station that was $3.18.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, what the fuck?
Right? And the amount of people that I saw reshare that, being like, yeah, gas is under $3. I'm like, what gas station you going to, pal?
Right.
I was going to say, it really depends on where you are, because, like, across the river, I looked at the gas station yesterday going, $3.25? Fuck off. Because I know the gas station around the corner from the field, $2.89. Like, even that 30-mile difference, the gas price will change that much.
It's county to county.
We're also in New York. I mean, you go a little bit further south.
I mean, that used to be the case with Jersey, but now it's not. Jersey added the gas tax back on. Last time I was in Jersey, it was like 5 cents cheaper.
Did they elect the guy that said he was going to lower it?
I don't know. I don't keep up on Jersey politics.
Here's a question, right? And this is, has the difference between low grade and medium grade always been 35 to 40 cents a gallon?
That's a question that I was asking the other day.
Because I went to the gas station the other day, and I normally don't pay attention to that. I'm cheap gas, go. And I'm like, 308 for regular, and then the next grade up was 346. And I'm like, I don't remember it being like that before, like that much.
Wow.
Do you'll remember this when diesel was like 40 cents a gallon because it was just a byproduct of making gas.
Yep.
And then everybody started buying diesels, and then they're like, whoa, wait, we were wrong. Diesel's like so much better. It was cheaper. Diesel was always cheaper. Always.
And then guys were making their cars that were diesel able to take like vegetable oil or.
I had a buddy that did that.
That's not even that hard to do.
No, he just used a water heater. He literally used a water heater as a separator.
I also knew a kid that did that.
Like, smelled like French fries when he was driving down the road.
You can clear a supermarket of
Why am I hungry?
Yeah, you can clear a supermarket of all of its vegetable oil because that stuff's kind of bad for you anyway.
It's hyper bad for you. It's made to lubricate machines.
It's made to make diesel. Not intentionally, but it did. But yeah, it's at a point now where if I'm seeing a video on the internet, my gauge of like trusting the reliability of it, I distrust it more the more funding it has. If it comes from anything that has any amount of funding, like if you call their number and the person on the video doesn't pick up, but somebody else does, because they can pay people to do that because there's funding, they have money from whatever.
You heard it here, folks. Believe nothing you hear on the podcast.
Well, if you're a business,
we're not funded. We have no sponsors. We are not funded.
We have no sponsors.
No, but not even that. Someone could hear me talking about gas blowback rifles. And then they call the store expecting to hear me, and they hear Barbara. I guess don't believe anything I fucking say.
No,
Yeah,
but
you
it's
piece of
that's,
trash.
That's different,
But
though.
taking
Like,
what you just said verbatim, that's exactly what it would mean.
the podcast is separate from.
Are you telling me when I call diabetes, I don't get Wilford Brimley?
Diabetes.
I wish. Oh, that would get.
Is he still
That would
alive?
get out of hand. I hope so.
I'll look it up.
But like Zulu Outdoor separate from the Zulu 24 podcast. So like if the Zulu 24 podcast had a number to be like, hey, like, I don't know, if there is a big podcast, there has to be some way to communicate with them. If you are a company that
August
wants
1st,
to,
2020.
Rest in peace.
if you're a company that wants them to do an ad read or whatever it might be, like as a podcast gets larger and actually makes money, and it's a business opportunity, not just for the people running the podcast, but advertisers, like Raycon, you know,
Yeah.
Actually, you know which one made me laugh a lot recently? Sean Ryan being sponsored by Call of Duty.
Yeah. That was a money transaction for
That
sure.
came up, and I was like, oh, Call of Duty, you must be down bad. But on top of that, really? Like, how much money was it? It must have been a lot.
Must have been a buck.
It must have been a lot.
Yeah.
I trust.
There
You'll
is
know,
no,
dude. I will sell out in a second.
There is
in
no
a,
way on
in a
earth.
fucking
Right behind
second,
you.
dude. I hate Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I will sit down and I will film some bullshit when they slide that check for $5 million across the table. Be like, I love Call of Duty. It's my favorite game in the whole
$5
world.
million.
Yeah.
Whatever. 200,000. 10,000. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm just far more likely to trust something that somebody filmed on their.
6-pack and a couple hot dogs.
Yeah,
You didn't hear it.
I'm gonna test the flag button. Put a flag on the play.
I'd rather
I don't know if that's gonna work. I need to find that one.
I'd rather see some nobody's video being like, "This is what's happening here in this location today." Than
So you trust nothing on the internet?
I mean, you probably
you should
should.
you should
Probably
question everything.
That's such a cynical
Thinking.
worldview.
There-
I'm in the same boat.
There
No.
comes
Not
to a
not
point.
in a
How
cynical
does this relate
sense.
to airsoft?
No, it doesn't. But there comes a point where you have to rely on what you deem to be somebody more knowledgeable than you, right?
Right.
So it's not that you don't believe everything on the internet. It's that you do the back work into who Bryan is, not only as a person, but also their academia and pass like you have to invest in someone else because our brains are too small to know everything, right? So we need.
Unless you're Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He's an actor. He's really good at explaining complicated things in a dumb way that I can understand. That's
Do
his
you
talent.
know why the glass bottle for your beer is brown?
Well, that's not beer. Hold
I
on.
do actually.
That's not beer. That's water.
It actually goes back to the Revolutionary War.
No, it's so that the
Neil
UV.
deGrasse
It's so
Tyson.
that UV doesn't degrade the fucking beer inside. But anyway,
It's because the UV rays are so powerful.
Are you trying to do an impression?
That was me. I'm trying to do Neil deGrasse
No,
Tyson.
it's really bad. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Zulu 24 podcast. As always, I'm joined by Anthony from Antec Airsoft Studios, Jordan from Zulu Outdoor, and we have a special guest with us today, Darth Vader himself, Bryan of the Red Team.
Imperial Bryan.
Imperial
Bryan, I guess.
With a Y, not an I.
Yeah, get it right, pal.
Real quick, before we get started, I just want to do a quick shout out. We have a player that plays in the field, and their nephew, AT2. Oh, I'm gonna fuck this up. Borrero just won Sailor of the Year for VFA 154, and so congratulations.
Nice.
Give you a quick shout out on the podcast, and good job, Sailor Semper Fortis.
They're gonna love that.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Congrats. Now, just had Milsim Day.
We did. There's a lot to talk about.
We got a lot
Much to talk about.
talk about. Bryan, you got your first loss.
Technically, second loss.
Second loss.
You beat me on the first one that we did.
Yeah.
So yeah. The I won't lie, it was a little bit of a relief in some sense.
The pressure's off.
Pressure is
It's
off.
hard to live up to a persona.
It is. It is.
I also will say I want to put an asterisk next to it, and we can go over it or we don't have to. But
No. We
we'll-
should.
we'll hit it.
There is an asterisk for sure.
yeah,
So even in that case, right? I've win big, lose big. I'd rather go one way or the other. I lost big enough. So it was a good game, man. It was shout out to this young man over here and Tyler. They
Mostly Tyler.
mostly
Tyler just couldn't make it today. So
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Well, I can definitely talk about like Tyler and I's strategy, if you would call it that. I had like my ideas going into it, and like we talked about it the day before. I called Tyler last second, right? Because the last podcast we talked about it, and I was like, "Come on, Tyler, you want to do it?" He's like, "I have other plans." I was like, "Yeah, but hear me out, man." It's like, man, I haven't like played in a while. It'll be pretty fun, you know. We'll be a team, you know. It'll be like, you know,
just like old
times, you know. It'll be a cool thing. And I was like, you know, I think this will get me back into it. So I convinced him. He did it. And then like maybe an hour or so later, he texted me. He's like, "Okay, being CEO is way more work than I thought it was going to be."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But also that's because of the kind of person that Tyler is, and this is nothing against him. I actually want to sit down and talk with him about it and get his perspective, because he had questions at every single point. Like it's normally an hour-long commanders meeting. It was almost 2 hours, and it was just because at every single point in time, Tyler was like, "Okay, I have a question about this and this and this and this." So he also like picked apart every little thing. So if he has anything bad to say, I want to hear it. Which is why next time we have Tyler here, I'd like to sit down and talk with him.
yeah. But yeah. So I was like, you know, he said it's a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. Almost like, what the fuck, Anthony? Like I thought this was going to be a fun weekend playing Airsoft. I had plans. That's how I perceived it. And I was like, delegate. I was like, "I'm your second. Tell me what to do." He responds back. He says, "KK." I was like, the dude.
That means he doesn't trust you to do the things he needs to do.
Yeah. So I was like, what? Like, now what was involved for him? Did he have to? Because I know Bryan gets a bunch of stuff set up prior. He pretty much has his like squads ready. Like he has.
Yeah. So this kind of goes.
I imagine. Also, I like overestimated every single part of your play the entire time. I was like, Bryan's the reigning champ. He's got to be winning all of these for some reason. Like it's not. And I was like, he's super prepared. Tyler and I felt super unprepared the whole time, even leading up to it. Like we're scrambling, we're getting our guns ready. I was doing like some tech work in the morning, and I was like, "Oh, there's no fucking way." We had no real strategy, and my plan was, I was like, let's give Bryan this guerrilla, like, you know, ooga booga, like let the squads just kind of feel it out and just be chaotic. Like we're not going to try to do a conventional thing.
That would have actually been preferable.
Yeah, but do you know what ended up happening? Initially, Tyler was like, "All right, we're going to send squads here, here, there." And the only thing that I was like, this needs to happen is I was like, we need people up at Fuel Depot instantly. Just because that's like your play. You're like getting on Fuel Depot. So I was like, let's just get people into Fuel Depot. After that, we just kind of figured it out. Comms were not great. They weren't bad. We had probably 3 squads. We definitely had Raider Company and we had Cowboy. And they were pretty...
Shout out Cowboy.
Almost you. Well, you couldn't talk. Your radio was fucked up.
No. No, I don't know what was happening. I've never had comms issues like this before, especially with Bowfangs. They're so fucking easy. Like my radio is just set up and I just put in the frequency that we use. We did a radio check down at staging. Boom. Good. Game on. Everything's good. And then like game on plus 5 minutes, I can hear Tyler being like, "Dave, what's the stat?" And I'm radioing back like, "Hey, we have embassy. There's only 2 minutes left on the clock. Once this is done, we're going to own both. We'll own the whole sector." And he's like, "Command for Dave." I was like, fuck. So then I got somebody else in the squad had a radio. So I like put in the frequency on that radio, radioed him back. It worked. And then after that transmission, never worked again. So I was able to get one transmission in, didn't work again. And with a second radio, one transmission in, nothing again. So I don't know if your radios were like encrypting like via the air.
We did the CTS.
Yep, there it is.
We did that. But the thing is,
didn't tell anybody.
Well, no, I took the squad leaders' radios and I programmed them.
What bandwidth?
What do you mean?
Was it wide or narrow?
No, not well. That yes, but you're on a wider narrow bandwidth, but also what frequency were you on?
I have to pull my radio up. It was like some 462,
Yeah.
Okay,
5 something.
462 6125.
No. It was
No.
462 562.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the old staff net,
No, it's not.
Or
467 6125 is the old stuff.
right? You're right. If
And
you have a 67 hertz sending and receiving, and his only has it on 1, that would explain why he can hear you but can't transmit back. So if he only has it on the receiving,
Yeah, but it worked.
So
Like the comms check worked.
I set the radios to narrow. I set them to narrow, and then some of the radios I try to program, I put in the CT CES thing on them, but it wouldn't save it.
that means it wasn't turned on.
I turned it on. I programmed them.
Yeah, but if it didn't save, then it's just going to revert to default, which is off.
Right. So I don't know why it kept reverting back to off on some radios.
Because you should have just kept it.
Shitty radios.
You should have just kept it in some default fucking mode. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
The only
like,
reason we have that is because the staff net needs that, so we don't get this
But,
stupid shit.
but regardless of that, you know, squads kind of reported to us.
It's like pocket sand. It either works or it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
I wasn't at Tyler's hip for
say.
for most of the game. I definitely like ventured out and tried to play like middleman and just like I did, you know, some
You're
vision.
XO.
I did some vision. I was like, again, overestimating everything you're doing. I'm like, knowing Bryan, right? He's trying to create all this commotion in CQB so he can send one guy out to sneak around and take all the props and bring them back. Because he told me the day before that you wanted to focus more on the props. So considering that we had all the props, the only way you'd be able to achieve that is by, at that point, sending a really good sneaky Dickens out to take everything.
So Alex.
So go ahead. So my strengths.
Oh God, thank you so much.
I'm sorry,
So
that was
my strengths.
Viewer
My strengths are
retention drops.
my strengths are my weaknesses.
If I just fast forward through that at 3 times speed.
You can
To summarize, Anthony didn't do much.
so
TLDR.
it was all the squads.
protected the flag.
The squads really did it. All I did was blow the whistle and like provide morale. But there is one more funny part to this towards the end, right? The game's like almost over. We're trying to have people fall back so that you guys can get out of your spawn. And then I hear over the radio like, "We got Bryan." I'm like, my first thought was like, put him back. Like come on. We got Bryan. I was like, yeah. And I heard you hurt yourself, so I told them like, hey, like, there's like what 12 minutes left in the game. Like, don't. Real talk. Before you try to like walk him all the way back to our CP, like ask him if he's cool with that because he hurt his knee. And
so I was so at that point, some young buck comes running up to me and thinks that he's gonna do the, oh, we're both on the same team and I want to be medic pulled, like where we're gonna run together. He comes up and tries to grab me, and it was just like freaking whiplash. Like, and I was like, I'm not running, man. I'm like, I'll walk, but you're not. I'm not gonna run with you. Get out of here.
Also, complete disregard for the put 2 hands on them and walk with them into cover.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. So, as I was saying before, my strengths are my weaknesses. I would not really send one guy out to do anything, right? So that's a weakness on my part. Also, much like the first Milsim day, like with Dave, I was wrapping my head around the game. I felt at times that I was constrained with the amount of people that I had who were able to communicate or coordinate with each other. So I felt that I was put on the back foot very, not early, but like it was kind of early in the day. I had 2 squads, which normally I would be like 2 squads are enough to do, but it's 2 squads when you have a bunch of other people running around and shooting and doing stuff.
Not when it's just 2 squads.
Yeah. Which is pretty much what we were down to by the end of the day. 20 some odd people, I think I counted in that castle, plus a couple odds and ends here and there.
Yeah, the teams were numbers wise balanced. There was about 65 to 70 players on each team, give or take. However, in the first hour of the game, I threw a group of 10 off the field and asked them not to come back. and we can discuss that more once we're done. And then for like the next hour, every red player I saw was like, "Man, this is great. I had a fun time. Didn't realize today was a big long game. I have to leave. It's 2:00 or 2:30." And then all of a sudden, I started counting. I was like, "Well, if I threw 10 players off, and
there's another 10 that
I'm
left
like,
there.
Brian's down about 25 players." And I like walked over to him and was like, "I am so sorry. I dealt you a bad deck of cards."
It's okay, man. It's okay. So, and I had a squad literally tell me, "Oh, we're just going to be out there for like 20 minutes and then we're going to leave." So that was 8 guys, like all at once. So it was, I wasn't demoralized. I was like, we're just going to do whatever we can. I'm going to try to make the guys have, try to let them have a good time. And it was, I felt that with the amount of flags.
We could say what it is. It went from 60 on 60 to 60 on 20.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, yeah.
There's not much you can do with that.
Like with the amount of flags that were there, the only thing that I was thinking of at one point was like, we're just going to hold on to this castle for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And like we had some people doing, we were kind of forward and then we were back and then we were forward, but it was rough.
Because to be fair, at one point in time, red team owned all of CQB.
Yep.
Yeah, like in the first hour and a half of the game, red team had all of CQB, and I was there for it. You watched the progression because it was mostly you guys. Yep. It went first. They've got the tavern, then they've got the Zobel building, then they've got the 2040 stacks. It's like, oh shit, they're in the hacienda. The only building they didn't lose was apartments because Mitch, Andy, and John were in the apartments until the end of the game.
I saw the meme that Mitch made.
Yeah.
Well, that was because I gave him shit because I was already feeling bad about red team getting their pee smacked. And then I looked at Mitch in the parking lot. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, you make all these jokes and you come to these games and then you walk off the field. I haven't seen you in 2 hours. He's like, we've been in the apartments. It's like, wait, hold on, back up.
Yeah.
That's what he explained.
Yeah.
So,
but real quick, I think there's a way to mitigate that though. And it might seem lame, but like when we line everybody up for Milsim Day and be like, hey, who's not planning to be here till 4:00? Like, honestly, who's got to go at 2? Like, whatever.
I was thinking the exact same.
You know what I mean? And just, if you get a group of guys, be like, okay, cool. And then you can kind of plan a little bit better around that,
Because like I make a point in the game briefing to be very specific about if you have the specialized role like medic or engineer or EOD, if you're gonna walk off the field, give up your armband. And that usually works out pretty well. But this is the first time we've run into this problem where so many people were just like, oh, I got to go. Like, I got shit to do. So I'm going to have to add it to the game briefing, and that's going to add another 60 seconds, but it's not much and it's worth doing because if all of a sudden you see half the team is just like, hey, we're leaving them, but like, fuck, everybody hold up. We have to rebalance teams now because I need to even this out because it could have helped.
Sure. It could have been just both teams lost 10 players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's okay. Right.
Yeah. Because we always account for attrition, but not that.
can we also be like, who plans on being a D-bag? And
We'll get to that.
So, I mean,
I'm still trying to figure out how to explain that without making myself sound really bad.
I can explain it if you want because I was the one that called it up.
All the stuff leading up to that.
Yeah. Overall, I had a good time. Everybody seemed to have a good time.
Yeah.
And, we had our Pyrrhic victory by blowing up our own stuff, which I know really bothers you.
But not for not for the reasons that you probably think. To me, well, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was the difference between what I would think is like, okay, this is a good loss. 400 points is a good loss. If I win by 200 or lose by 200, I'm upset about it.
Yep.
Or if 100, right? If it's like 100 points, look, man, that's too close. I either should have done better and won by more, or did something stupider and lost by more. 400, I felt was totally decisive. Good job on you guys. I was not going to let it be 800. I wasn't going to lose by 800, and if that meant I had to blow up my own stuff, that's what was going to happen.
Bryan, the sore winner.
Yeah. I don't know. I like a good game. So, winning by 1 point means that the teams were like really fucking balanced,
That was my thought too.
The closer the score, the better the experience for everybody.
For everybody.
Usually.
Yeah.
When you're at a squad level, that's fantastic. When you're at a command level, you want to win. You want to be decisive while still being as gentlemanly about it as you possibly can.
Command is one guy that paid to play. All the squads are like the dozens and dozens of people that paid to play.
Well,
their experiences
like
is more important.
Yeah.
Well, like our first game, it wasn't a blowout. Our first game wasn't a blowout, and I really enjoyed the tactical back and forth that was happening.
We had push and pull.
it was push and pull. It was act and react, and
You're
it
talking
was
about Blood Diamond?
no. The first
Milsim day.
Oh, okay.
First Muslim day, yeah. It was real, like, I was challenged. And, I mean, I'm always challenged. But that was a really bad, like, retarded joke. And I just did, in my head, it was
Again,
like.
the internet
it was
gave
like,
us that word back. We can
it
say
was
it.
like, it was like way better delivery, but then it came out and then I heard it and I was like, oh, that was bad. So just take that back. But it was fun. It was tactically enjoyable, because commanders aren't out there with the rifles for the most part.
Whole game, I was pulling triggers. This
Well,
time
you
because I
gotta
had
have
when
to.
you're down by that
I had to.
much.
But I mean, usually it's just you're staring at a screen in a radio, listening to the chaos and trying to analyze what you're seeing in front of you based on your team's positions and not the enemy's team. So you have to like kind of read between the lines almost. And it was fun. It was like, and then watching the playback in my head, I was like, oh, that's not what I thought you did at all. Like, oh God, like I did this. So it was cool. So I think the game was fun.
I had fun.
Sure. I think everybody did.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Because
It wasn't a blowout either. It wasn't like,
No, it was a solid victory.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to let it be a blowout. That's why I did the thing.
right. So, and
that's not how you sold it to me at that point, but go on.
up until you did the thing, you weren't trapped in your spawn. You know what I mean? It wasn't like you guys were like for real trapped in your spawn, which a lot of people think they're trapped in your spawn, but they're not. But like, it wasn't like that. You guys were out there doing shit, being a thorn in our sides. Like, so it was fun. The fight. So Tyler was like, hey, when the comms were working for 5 seconds, I'm sorry, they weren't. So I just called him on my phone. That was my secondary, right?
That's a good secondary.
And he's like, hey, come back here. I've got this, basically the bomb prop. You got to get it to the castle. And I was like, cool. We're going to do a 13 county up through, behind a mosque and all the way around to like Crossroads Respawn.
Yeah.
Like we're going deep, right? And we get to the top of the hill and we're looking at fortress or whatever you want to call it, castle, whatever. And to us, we're like, oh, there's like 3 guys there. Fantastic. And then 1 second later, Tyler pops the UAV. And I look at it and I was like, oh God, there's like way more than 3 people there. I was like, maybe if we had all 50 coming down that hill, we could do something. But with the amount of people, not only in Castle, but also in CQB, because you own the entirety of CQB at that point, I was like, fuck. So then we had to like backtrack, like go all the way back around to Fuel Depot, because that's the best way to get into CQB, and literally slog it out for the entirety of the 600 feet of all of CQB, all the way up to your doorstep. And I literally died inside the castle. And that's when you blew it. You coward.
Well, I was also told that the amount of those props, if I would have kept the barrels, I would have had something positive for the next time, right?
Yeah.
And the amount of barrels was the amount of how much something positive I could have, right?
Yeah.
So there was also, I wasn't just thinking about that day. I was thinking about the next one as well. So by denying you more of you blue team, as denying you more of something that was positively affect you at the next game, I also wanted to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there was a bit more of that type of thinking, which was actually really fun for me, even as 6 times going in and doing this stuff, where I'm thinking about the next game in the midst of what I'm doing now. Like, how hard am I going to push this or not? It was the same thing with those ammo crates. Supposedly that's going to be something fancy the next one, but I just had nothing.
Yeah.
I had no tools left to be able to try to even get up through that wood line,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
up through the mosque area and up
It
there.
also works out for maybe we'll cut it. I don't know if Dylan talked to you already, because we have Armani coming back next month. So
I heard he asked if I was able to,
yeah,
but he said that the text was put out to multiple people. It was first come, first serve.
yeah. So Armani and John Hardy both said that they're down. So basically, the way we were looking at writing it was that with Bryan's forces in retreat while they gather from the loss that was November. Armani and John, who are both rebel factions, are coming in to try and fight over control of the area while Bryan's forces regroup.
Go for it.
Yeah, I figured that'll work out.
That'd be neat.
Well, that's because this is right where this was Milsim Day. What, 6? This was 5 or 6. We kind of figured out the formula. We kind of figured out the sauce. Now it's honing in on stuff, and one of the fun things to hone in on is that now these games can start getting interconnected. So yes, Tyler's team has a bunch of fuel reserves. That's going to come in for the next one. Right. Yep, they also did get a large majority of the ammo cache. That's also going to come in for the next one. But now because Armani and John are coming back in, sure, Tyler's, rebel forces kicked Bryan out of the AO for a little while. But now you have basically 2 smaller factions fighting over control because there's a power vacuum. Because you remove the big bad guy.
Over the scraps
now there's
after
a power
the big
vacuum.
boys.
So it sets it up to where eventually each character can have their own role. I'm not saying that Armani and John and Tyler are going to stick around. Bryan's here, and Bryan likes doing it. So this is a reoccurring character.
We need a Milsim Day like fake news outlet. Like the Soft Times, and it reports on what happened during the Milsim Day War.
Yeah.
But it's like Tyler's army has a bunch of fuel after a victory over Imperial Bryan.
It gives you a fun aspect of, because now it can come in where maybe down the road that ammo cache is mortar rounds, or that ammo cache is artillery strikes, stuff like that, where we can start to work it in because you did. And then maybe eventually when it builds to a whole op, all the little Milsim days just turn into basically resource grabs for the ops. It's cool.
Oh,
that'd be nuts.
Yeah.
Oh,
you see where the bigger picture is there for a second. I'm not like trying to spill all the sauce, but Dave talked about it with an idea he had at 1.2 where there was battles and then there was, big events. If the Milsim days turn into resource grabs and then ops are ops, like the Milsim days play into an op.
I'm down.
I was in the bathroom, so I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
So I just want to talk about that fight through CQB.
Yeah, let's do it.
Dude, that was inch by inch, house by house, door by door.
While I was doing it, in my head, and listen, I'm not a Vietnam vet. I am a former Marine, right? And
there's no former Marine.
No. There's no
ex-Marine.
There's no ex-Marine. Only former Marines. Anyway, but like all through boot camp, SOI, and even in the fleet, you hear these stories about, the Battle of Way City and, like all these famous Marine Corps battles. And the whole time I was going through it, I was in my head, like going back and forth was Full Metal Jacket when they're doing like an interview with like some grunt. He's just like, Charles has got his shit dug in deep. We're going street by street, house by house. And the way he says house is kind of funny, but and that was just, I was like, holy, like it's like clear this box. And I'm looking across the street to make sure that our friendlies are parallel with us. Okay, they're parallel with us. Let's try to move forward. Machine gun, boom, that guy's dead. Shit, get him back to the medic up. Where'd the machine gun come from? Look across the street. Okay, they're pinned down too. All right, so maybe we can dude, it was literally 3 steps. Clear what you see. 3 steps. Shit, that guy's down. Get him back up. 3 steps. Shit, I'm hit. Get me back up. And it was like, it was so cool and hard and fun. I think by the time I got to even the prep, the LOC, before we were going to hit the Connex Castle, I think I had 1 magazine left. Like we were fighting inch by inch and taking massive casualties, and medics were doing their job. Like it was just a symphony of chaos that was so awesome to experience. And then to look across the street and see that those guys were fighting just as hard as we were. And I don't know if they were doing this on purpose. I was trying to, but I don't know if they were, but we just stayed parallel with each other the whole way up. But still had enemies behind us somehow. Like
it was apartments.
It was wild. Well, also also Hacienda.
Yeah.
Because I got
Will were up in the Hacienda, and you guys had like pushed by.
Yeah.
I had heard your voice barking at people. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, he's 40 feet past right.
Yeah, dude. I got stitched up, and I was just like, oh.
I think it was Alex threw a grenade from the first floor center room to the room to the north. He's like, cool, I threw a grenade in there. It goes off, but then Brian's on the second floor and throws one straight into the Connex that he's in. And I'm just like, oh, get fucked, guys. Like, this is violent.
Oh, dude, it was every bit of like...
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because I was just like, I landed the grenade. And then I was like, that sounded like it went off in the Connex. He's like, oh, hit.
Yeah, dude, it was fun. It was like you clear out the bottom of Hacienda, and then I look at the gas station. I was like, man, second story of the gas station will give me an angle on the H building. So meanwhile, and I'm like, there's so much going on. I'm like, the guys behind me had to have cleared the second floor of Hacienda. Like they had to have. They didn't. They did not. So, but also knowing that like to my left wasn't really clear yet. So I just like sprinted with these knees is not fun to do.
I believe the words I used were, holy shit, Dave, you can run that fast.
Oh, dude. And like I think I took 2 steps, and then to get up the stairs, I think it took 3 to get up the stairs. I was just like, trying to skip as many steps as I could, like, because I'm not going to sue myself if I fall down. But you shouldn't do that as a player.
I could just imagine the lawsuit.
Sue yourself.
I fully expected.
Sue yourself and then represent yourself as
Your Honor, I owe myself $150,000.
Yeah, where does that money come from though? Do I end up net positive? But it was so much fun, and then to get shot in the fucking rear anyway from either you or Will or whoever.
Probably
it was,
Will.
dude.
I didn't shoot you in the back there.
No, I got shot in the front because I was looking back towards Hacienda because I was like, hey, did we clear the second floor? Because some rounds came through the window. And I was like, hey, we're friendly. Wait, did we clear the second floor? About the time somebody popped out and shot me. I was like, God damn it. I was like, no, we didn't.
That was the side that Will was on. So I'm going to say it was probably Will.
Oh, yeah, dude. It was fun. It was so much fun. Disheartening.
Will was like, do you have any ammo? I was like, what do you take? He's like, AK Max. And I was like, no.
You got a speed loader?
I got a gnarly photo of you two laying down on the top of the stairs of the Hacienda.
Oh, dude, I was lacing up some people there. I was laid down, rifled down, like just around the corner there at the top of the steps. And every once in a while, I get like 2 people go by, zip, 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 zip.
Yeah. Oh, man. But it was fun.
Nobody ever turned and looked up.
No.
It was a fun fight.
I was just waiting for my face to get shot or like 12 EGs to land on top of me.
Well, fucking red team with their last line of defense of the Connex. Hold up. That was wild, too. It was right around the tail end when you were talking about, like, you guys made it to the last jump off point before rushing the Connex. When blue team finally decided to do that, red team threw enough EGs out of the Connex box castle that Dylan in Fuel Depot was radioing me going, hey, did the pyrotechnics go off by accident? What the fuck is going on over there? And I have the video of it. It looks like a confetti show, just EGs out of every window, multiple at a time. I guess Andy was up there and threw 6 out at once by himself. Like, I would have to estimate probably 18 or 19 EG67s in about 60 seconds.
Nice.
It was wild.
So to have that hard fight and then to have you blow it was so like, I was like, ugh. And I know it's the way
it crumbles, buddy. I'm sorry.
If I would have written it, that would not have been an option. But for that reason, right? Because who cares about me, right? I own the field. I play Airsoft every fucking weekend. It doesn't matter for me. But there was also like 30 dudes with us, like doing that slog.
That's epic story writing, though. Imagine you're watching a movie, you're fighting to get to the bomb.
I'm gonna get.
Brian's like, if I can't have it, nobody can.
I'm gonna catch some flack on the red guys from this. That's why we did the push out the door, as opposed to just blowing ourselves up and all walking back. I knew by pushing out there was gonna be
a firing squad. Yeah, there was a firing squad there, but.
And believe it or not, those guys had a good time doing that too. They were like, yeah, even doing that. I was like, all right.
That's fine. As long as they're having a good time, that's all that matters. But the only thing I will say is that I think we figured out why the effects weren't as effective
this time around.
Yeah. So there's a substitute propellant that is not
smoky.
Yeah. And that's the one that we accidentally got. And so that's why it wasn't like visually as cool, but
it was louder, but it looked about the same as the EG67. And I was just like,
And we tested it. They are allowed.
They are louder, but then it's like, then we started throwing around ideas of like different grades and different sizes and different combinations.
Yeah.
And you bought those things, and I hope those work. I just don't like how expensive they are.
No, but they're like,
but they're really cool.
yeah.
You know who's supposed to be coming to the U.S. This summer that you could definitely ask?
It's in May, and it's Jono and Jono.
Jono and Jono.
Yes.
He wanted to.
He shot me a message yesterday, and I have to answer him. Well, he was asking specifically about Smoky Wolves, and it was right around the time where I was winding down to not do any more work for the night. So I was like, I'll answer him tomorrow. But yeah, when it comes to the pyrotechnic effects, Dave found a solution, and I like it. I just don't love the price.
We have to make sure, we have to make sure that it's safe.
Yes.
Because it's a cool effect.
It is. Because at every step, at every point while we've been doing this, because this is the second Milsim day where we're doing what we can consider practical effects, there's like so much safety testing that goes into it.
The rocket was practical.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So third. This is the third Milsim day in a row we're doing that. I fucking forgot about the rocket. I forget about the rocket.
A special clay that can be molded, dropped, set on fire,
No,
and it won't
but
go
it's
off
like-
unless you.
It has
hit
to
it
be
with
safe.
No, we're not using
It has to be safe enough that if for some odd reason it goes off next to a player, whether it falls off of the conics and goes off, or if somebody decided to run straight in front of the helicopter as Dylan's hitting the fucking, I don't want to, it's not the right word, as he's using the control box. If it goes off right next to someone, is it still safe? And the answer is yes, but there's testing that goes into that. So what Dave found is really fucking cool, but we have to test it.
Luckily, it was Black Friday, so I got a pretty good deal on it. And actually, I wouldn't have bought them at that price. But then I put them in my cart, and it was like $50 or something. Like, it was cheap enough.
Yeah.
So I bought one for testing and then 3 for use.
Hopefully it works, because like Dylan and I have plenty of ideas, and like we were talking about while you were in the bathroom, that these Milsim days are shaping up to that they'll be interconnected. So the resources they grabbed might supply them with the things they need to set those, pyrotechnics off for the next one. Dylan and I started writing the Fragos last night. He went a little apeshit. He had the day off and just went to town.
He's into it, man.
Yeah.
If we have a bunch of fuel, then we need vehicles for the next one.
He texted me and he's like,
Too small for vehicles.
he texted me last night and he's like, hey, I know Monday nights are your
I'm
nights off,
5'8",
but
dude. I can drive.
I wrote December, January, February, March. And he's like, can you just like, they're rough outlines. Can you just go take a look? I'm like, what did you do all day? And he's like,
Speed, apparently.
Yeah. I was like,
Adderall.
I thought you had like
Same thing.
your, well, I said to him, I was like, I thought you had your like new job, like tutorial day where you're supposed to be on a Zoom call. He's like, yeah, fuck that. I'm like, okay.
Don't blow that off, Dylan.
Well, no, he was sitting in the Zoom call listening to
Happy
everything and
belated
doing
birthday, Dylan.
And I was just like, Jesus, dude, okay. But he like wrote the outline for what we want him to be. And then he's like, we got to figure out the Fragos. So we started doing Fragos today. So again, your resources will play a role next time.
We found something cool. I was on a Discord call with Dylan. He wanted me to look at the next Milsim Days map and figure some shit out.
Yeah.
But then we started talking about effects. This is the whole point. The whole point is that
Make it look cool.
make it look cool.
Right.
Let's reverse the big bait and switch that happened in Airsoft, right?
Yeah, we'll switch and bait.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll bait you in with cool effects. Don't you worry.
Yeah, right. So I found this thing. We've always had an idea for an artillery prop where it's interactive. The player can interact with it, but obviously it has to be safe. It also has to produce some type of effect, right? And so then I found this. It's a signal cannon.
And for clarification, it is 100% legal in the state of New York to own a fucking cannon.
You can own a firing
Yeah,
cannon.
a functional cannon.
Yeah, this
You
is
can
a
shoot
blind
it-
fire
You
cannon.
can shoot it whenever you want.
Yeah, signal cannons are just exactly that, to signal, right?
Yeah.
They take a 10 gauge shotgun blank, full blank. It's breech loaded and pull string. The only kind of problem, well, there's 2 problems, right? One, it's only about this big, right? So it's tiny.
Well, I think there's 3 problems, but go on.
Well, and then the second problem that I see anyway is it's $1,800.
Okay, so that was what I was going to say. The third problem was, because I thought you were going to say that wasn't a problem. But like, it's $1,800. That's a pretty big one. The third is making it look cool because it just looks like a Revolutionary War
Yeah,
cannon.
it does.
So it's like we have this idea. This started as wanting to make a 155 millimeter howitzer prop.
Yeah.
Which isn't as hard as you think it is, actually. And we had a neat idea that involves some water bottles and, practical, because you got to make it look cool and it's got to be interactive. But then you start to price down and you're like, oh, if we're making out of pipes and PVC, and all of a sudden it turns into like $500 in materials, and then you have to assemble it, and if you fuck something up, it's more materials and it's more time. So you could buy the $1,800 cannon. It's done.
I tell you what, it won't break.
It won't break.
No player's going to break it.
But it's still only about this big and looks like an 1800,
Yeah,
1700 cannon.
Yeah, like a pirate ship cannon.
Like I'm not trying to sink a boat in the lake.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it look like an artillery piece.
Yeah.
Which then means we have to sleeve it. And then we could do all of this work and spend all this money to make it look really cool and don't take overpressure into an account. And all of a sudden we turn it into a... So this...
You can't say that word. Flag.
Yeah, flag yourself. Well,
I don't know if that mark button actually works. I've never tried it.
well, we'll try it.
Yeah.
It solves all the problems, though.
Yeah, then it's just make it look cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's just shit. And, we have to like do our part and make sure nobody's standing in front of the fucking thing, because you saw the video.
But yeah, it's also, how much does that thing fucking weigh?
Oh, a ton. It's got to
Yeah.
weigh. It's like cast iron, like the cart, like the medieval cart thing that it sits on. The thing's like cast iron, dude.
Does it have wooden wheels?
No, steel. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up because
it's a Winchester.
That's
Winchester
just
makes it.
Yeah, that's what just popped in my head too. Is like the whole point of the artillery prop was that it was going to be light enough that players could move it around the field. But
I mean,
sure, you could try to move this. Oh,
it's got to have a weight. It's every bit of 200 pounds. Every bit.
why is it? It's weird.
And this is like blank fire artillery.
It's a
Come on, man. That's cool.
yeah. It's cool shit, right?
Like even just as is.
But it's this big. Like it's literally this big.
Yeah, here, Anthony, that's a photo of it.
Dude, that's a fucking cannon.
No shit. That is awesome. It's a cannon.
It's literally called a.
It's the
But it's a cannon that uses 20 gauge blanks.
10 gauge.
10 gauge.
10, sorry.
If you
So
get
those
that,
are like
At
this.
what point does it become a cannon and not a firearm?
It doesn't matter because it's a cannon, and cannons are legal and completely unregulated in New York.
I'm just saying, like, we could probably make a cannon.
He's circled all the way back to the first one.
You are banned from talking.
Well, no, I heard everything you were
how to
saying.
get us on a fucking guy list
I also heard
instantly.
I also heard that was $1,800.
Yeah.
Now, okay, if you buy a cannon, do you have to do a NICS check?
No.
Really? That is
They ship to your door.
that is incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so it only weighs 15 pounds.
No.
Yes.
No way.
This.
Yeah, that's it. 15 pounds?
Weight 15.5 pounds unloaded. Dimensions 17 inches long, 7 inches wide, 7 inches tall.
That's like instantly not heavy enough.
No.
now we have to build something around
Yeah,
it.
but that's what I'm saying. If it also it's only 17 inches, so it's like this. It's not this big.
It's tiny.
yeah, it's tiny. Oh, we could sleeve that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah,
Okay, but still,
yeah.
It's 17 inches.
It's like a desktop signal cannon.
Yeah.
You have to sleeve it.
Yeah, we would
yeah.
have to.
You have to make it look cool.
There's ideas.
But if you get that, I'll get a tricorn hat.
No, because when we sleeve it, we're going to make it look like 155 millimeter howitzer. And it's
Come on, I
going
gotta
to
start dressing the part. Like,
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, there's plenty of ideas, and it's really cool. This does take a lot of the work out of it.
start wearing a gray coat and a tricorn.
Just go on to Sora and do. That's the other thing we didn't talk about. It was the absolutely
war.
tremendous AI meme war that happened before the game, dude. I didn't know about it. I came out here for some reason. Why did I come out here?
Friday, we were setting up the...
That's right.
We
And
were putting them on top of the Connexes, and Dylan and I were doing flags.
That's right. So I'm driving down the driveway, and he's got a headlight out. So he was coming in, and I was just going to be like, "Hey, your headlight's out." And he's like, "Did you see the AI video?" And I was like, "Cool, your headlight's out. I got to go." I didn't realize it was like 15 fucking videos.
Oh, at that point, yeah.
Mitch just goes. Like, once he starts, there's going to be an entire series of memes until he gets sleepy and passes out, I guess. I don't know what he's doing at home when he's making these memes, but they always come out as a series. And there was Trump tweets.
Yeah, that's right.
There was Bryan having nightmares. He's fighting off all these blue clowns because he said in his promo, he did like a WWE style promo. He said like blue clowns or something. So then he's fighting off blue clowns, and then he wakes up and it's like, oh, it was just a dream.
Yeah, but in the dream, they were like zombie clowns.
Yeah, they were.
So my retort was I took his video and said the only way they can win is if they act like zombies. Call your hits.
Well, that actually became permanent, didn't it?
Yeah.
Not
on my side.
Yeah, not so much for blue.
Yeah.
We can talk about Terminator Squad.
Yeah.
And
Or do you finish up your meme or
the only video that wasn't AI, which was Bryan's. So I think I made the first video, and I just made a story saying like, hey, Saturday we're gonna do Milsim Day, join blue team. Bryan can't keep getting away with this. It was something to that effect. Bryan comes out with this WWE style promo. It was the only one that was not AI, and I like reposted. I was like, AI fake. Bryan's using AI. And then Mitch had the Trump tweets.
And then Bryan started using AI.
yeah.
Dude.
They were great.
I had to.
They're scary for one. Two, the best one is after your reign of terror ended, and you post the one where you're running to get in the helicopter. Dude, you have a chest full of medals, and then you like there's a part where you're running around the nose of the helicopter to get in, and it, like I don't know why the AI did this, but it made you like tippy toe around, and I was dying.
And then the helicopter door slams on me.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? But it's fantastic. It sets you up. It sets you up for the redemption. The gathering of more army resources.
The
and
Milsim
whatever.
Warlord will return. I think I put.
Yeah, you have to come back as a cyborg.
Yes.
It was good. Let's take a quick break, and then after the break, we'll talk about old Terminator Squad.
Yeah.
That was it. You know what's okay? Unironically, my squad name in Ares Alpha was Terminator Laser 5. That was our squad.
I saw that.
Yeah. Go buy our merch. Go to the Zulu24.square.site, buy some merch. Also, I found a little hiccup and I can't seem to resolve it. So when you go and you buy merch, when you look at it, it says out of stock. Everything says out of stock until you put in your size.
Oh.
So everything's there. You got to put in your size. Head on over Zulu24.square.site. Pick up your Zulu24 merch. We're always kind of updating it. All the designs on there. There are a lot of cool stuff.
Oh, Tom. I like Tom.
Great dude.
Did you know that Tom and Jordan have the same knees?
We were wearing shorts standing next to each other, and Anthony's like, you guys have identical knees.
Well, it's not even that. Well, that was after, but the first case of this was I poked my head over next door and I thought you sitting over there. I was like, hey, Jordan. And then I see, because like there was a bunch of people sitting here, right? So I saw the legs. I was like, hey, Jordan. And then I just see like Tom lean forward. I was like, oh, sorry. You and Jordan have the same knees. And I walked away.
And we're back. So anyway, Terminator Squad.
Terminator.
Oh, man.
Dun, 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 dun.
Do we want to start with the very beginning of the day handling this situation?
Hey.
First,
No.
this sounds,
No.
No.
it's not as painful to the mic as it is in person. No, it's
This
really
has
not.
nothing to do with this story.
Yeah, but I forgot to mention the death whistle, and I'd be remiss if I didn't.
Blow the fucking death whistle.
I turned everybody's audio down by half.
You didn't need to.
It's just terrifying. It's just awful.
Yay.
Did you get it out of your system?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw the Aztec.
Okay.
Yep.
Shut.
I saw the file. I printed it. It was good to go.
You did good.
It needs to be
Airsoft.
bigger.
It's supposed to sound like that.
That's what his wife said. So sometimes we have to handle some situations that aren't super pleasant, and Airsoft's not perfect, and we don't have the perfect place, but we have to deal with it. There was a group of dudes on Saturday that just had no respect for the rules. The way I finally worded it to them was, I can't trust you guys to follow the rules, which means I can't trust you guys to be safe on the field. So we had to ask them to leave. It was about 12 dudes. They were all on red team, which is why I say that Bryan's team started a leg down, because that was in the first hour of Milsim Day. But leading up to it, we were arguably a little bit too lenient with them. The first 10 minutes of the game, I got to witness a real life rendition of Anthony's dick character. I heard a player yell, "Is that dude out? He has his dead rag out, but he's still shooting at me." And I turn around, and what do I see? A dude shooting straight up at the dude that was just yelling that, and his dead rag's on his chest just hanging out. And I'm like, all right, that's fair. Go over and talk to him. I'm like, "Hey, bro, I need you to put your dead rag away." And he looks at me and he's like, "What?" And I was like, "You need to put your dead rag away." And he's like, "It is away." And I go, "No, it needs to be in a pouch, because it's just on your chest." And he's like, "Okay, fine." And I really thought that was going to be the end of it, except for I turn around not 5 minutes later, and he's got his dead rag in his cargo pocket, 90% hanging out.
It's like almost at that point, you're like, is this guy doing this on purpose?
Oh, that's what I thought. I was like, is this dude trolling? Like, is he just fucking with me? And I walk over to him and I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm not going to tell you again. You need to put your dead rag away." And this dude's wearing a GoPro, so I already immediately go to, there's going to be a video of some ref being an asshole to me at Zulu 24, and it's me. And I'm not being a prick to him. I'm just like, I'm not telling you again. You need to put your dead rag away. If we can't figure this out, I have to walk you off the field.
Yeah.
And he puts his dead rag away. But then fast forward, it's like 5 minutes left in the game. And I watch him holding the corner. So I pull the camera up, because I'm like, this is pretty cool. I see a blue player running straight down, and I know airsofters aren't going to check this corner. Dude runs right past him, doesn't check the corner, and he full autos him.
Oh, right.
So you have the video.
I have the video of this.
I gotta see it.
I will show it to you. It full autos him with an M4, but it's like 3-4 round bursts. It's like, bah, 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 bah. And I just immediately stop. I'm like, all right, everybody stop. And I walk over to him. I was like, "You have to come with me." And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "You just full autoed him."
This was the same guy?
Same guy. I was like, "You just full autoed him and the 3 other dudes." And as he's pulling his gun up, he flicks it from full auto to semi and goes, "No, see, it's on semi." Now, for clarification, because this is going to come up in a minute, he was Hispanic and he had an accent. So I was like, "Look, dude, we gotta go off the field." I was like, "You have to watch the safety briefing again." And he's trying to argue with me. And I was like, "Hey, man, this is going to progressively go from I'm going to give you the chance of watching the safety briefing video again and coming back on the field and playing, to we're going to go over to the owner. I'm going to explain everything that just happened and how you put up a fight about this. And we're just going to ask you to leave." And he's like, "All right, fine." So we go watch the safety briefing video. And right before it starts, I ask him the question, "Hey, man, we have it in Spanish. Do you want me to play it in Spanish?" And he looks right at me and goes, "I speak English." I go,
Beautiful.
"Cool. As long as we understand that." Make him watch the safety briefing video. And he was part of a bigger group of about 10 people. After the video was done, I pull him aside and I'm like, "Hey, this is not me targeting you. This is not me signaling you out." I was like, "This is the fact that for us to play the game of Airsoft, we all have to trust and understand that every single person on this field is following the rules. And if I can't trust you to follow the rules, I can't trust you to be safe." It's like, it'll be a total collapse of the Airsoft society that is Zulu 24 if you can't follow the rules. I was like, and again, this goes for you and this goes for everybody in your group. So again, I'm going to tell you, if they need to watch it in Spanish, come back up here. I'll play it in Spanish. And he's like, "No, we all speak English." Cool.
Beautiful.
Easy peasy. I sit out the second game as a ref. We had 5 refs, 3 of them take them up. Dylan and I are setting up Milsim Day. And they're like, "Hey, we had to talk to that whole group again." And I was like, "What?" And they explained to me that complaints about hit calling, complaints about the dead rags not being put away. And I'm like, all right. And I believe Dylan or I came over and talked to him. And we're like, "Here's the situation." We're just like, we just want to ask him to leave. Like, if it's going to continue to be a problem, it's going to be asked to leave. And I believe you were on board with it.
Yeah.
I think the wording that Dylan used was, you said, "Treat it as if it was your own business and you'll make the right decision." And
I trust you guys 100%. I don't do shit here on the weekend. Let's be just absolutely real, dude. I worked my dick off for a decade so that I could be, my hands look like this because,
I get it.
Like, so I wouldn't have hired you if I didn't trust you to make decisions like that. I appreciate you running it by me, right?
Because also at the end of the day, this becomes a slippery slope, because it's like, I already see it. Somebody being like, "Oh, you were just being mean to him because they were speaking Spanish." That's not the case. It was the necessity that the rules had to be followed and they had to be understood. Because if we can't trust you to follow rules, we can't trust you to be safe on the field.
Well, you didn't single him out because of his his race, religion, sex, or creed.
No.
You singled him out because he wasn't following the rules.
Correct.
That's it.
And then you pointed out that there was a Spanish safety brief because there are legitimate language barriers, and there's a Spanish safety brief because
we needed it.
Well, because Zulu doesn't tell people to not play simply because they don't speak English.
Sure.
Like, I mean, back when I was reffing, there were people that would come to play and like they really didn't speak English and they didn't understand the safety brief because they didn't speak English. It was like, okay, well, we got to get them.
We had Mario back then.
We had Mario
Well, and JoJo.
and then JoJo and then Barbara.
Yeah.
And now
Barbara's given Spanish safety briefs.
Excuse me. Now we've translated the safety briefing into Spanish, and JoJo narrates it. And it works really well. We've had to use it before.
It's like the normal brief in English, except occasionally he lets out like a woo.
That's not, is that true?
No, but it is also 12 minutes long instead of 8. Now we get all the Milsim Day stuff going. I explain it during the game brief, and I specifically state I have a zero tolerance for shitters. I have a zero tolerance for people that are going to try and ruin the game because
Is that what
I
you said
heard-
there?
yeah, 100%.
I heard that one of them claimed that they don't speak English.
That's not an excuse when you're there with 10 people
what
Oh,
that
I'm-
do.
Because
So
you-
we're going to get to that.
yeah, okay,
So-
okay.
I explained during the Milsim Day brief that I have a zero tolerance for this, which is true. We do not allow this shit to happen. And if you need to be pulled off the field, you'll be pulled off the field. And yes, it was towards that, but I'm also going to explain it to everyone because it doesn't just go for that group. If somebody else started fucking around, it'd be the same response.
Yeah, but there was a way that you
Yeah, I know.
went about it on that.
I
I
know.
was like, oh, I'm like, he's
You're going to have to cut this.
no tolerance for shitters.
Oh, fuck. Oh, it's a shame we're all associated with businesses. God damn it.
Correct. But
Children, stop it.
see, normally when I make any kind of those jokes, or it usually takes me and just bonks me on the head. So
Ask her what.
explained during the game brief that I have no tolerance for this because part of Milsim Day is that Dylan and I are monetarily funding it. So like a lot of the cool shit, even down to the flags, Dylan and I are buying them separate. And that's because we want Milsim Days to do well and Dave's on board with it. And that means that I also for these days have an extra monetary and emotional investment in it. Dylan and I spend our time, our effort, our money on Milsim Days. So I don't want it to be ruined by one group of players. Doesn't matter who they are. If you're going to ruin the game, I'm going to kick you out. And then we're 20, 30 minutes into the game, and Dan's on the radio because we gave Bryan and Tyler the old staff radios, and Dan had a staff radio for Bryan, and Dylan had a staff radio for Tyler. And Dan's radios to me, and he goes, hey, Bryan's reporting of dudes in building number 26 he said the 2-story gray Connex that are overshooting and laughing and not calling their hits. And I'm like, all right. And he goes, I think it's the overpass. I'm like, the overpass is controlled by his team. There's fighting around building number 26, which is a 40-foot gray Connex and a 20-foot gray Connex right on top. I was like, it's probably around this area. And I'm walking around. I'm like, this is still all of Bryan's team. This group of gentlemen had pushed their way up the hill during that time. And I start following them. The miscommunication was that Bryan was telling Dan about his own players. This group of 10 was on Bryan's team.
I had a guy come down to me in our CP and he was like, look, we have a problem with our people. And I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
And immediately self-reported, right? Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
I'm never going to shame you for that. It's totally fair. And right around this time, I have players coming up to me complaining from your guys' team about the same group of players and just eating BBs and full autoing and reviving players with a dead rag on while they have a dead rag on. And I'm like, okay, what is going on here? Trying to figure out where they went. Declan's radioing me. He has them on the roof. And I'm like, cool. And he goes, I asked him, I started talking to him and explaining to him the rules. And the guy looked at me and goes, I don't speak English. But you guys,
In perfect English.
but,
I do not speak
I'm not gonna,
English.
I'm not going to do the accent and
Yeah.
impersonation of it. But
Excuse me, sir, but I do not speak the English language.
So this dude looks at Declan and says, I don't speak English. He doesn't understand. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because you guys told me an hour ago you did. So what the fuck? And now I'm getting frustrated. And I was like, what's going on, Declan? And he's like, they're eating BBs. They're not calling hits. He's like, they're shooting full auto with M4s. It was like all the reasons I've already talked to him.
Sure.
And I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm going over. I'm pulling him. And I radioed Dylan. I was like, we tried to play nice. I'm pulling him, telling him to go home. As I go up on the roof, I find one of the gentlemen I had already had an interaction with during the day. And I start explaining to him, like, I have to have you leave. Like, this is what it's come down to. It's like, you guys can't respect the rules. You guys can't respect the game. I can't trust you to be safe. How do I know you're even going to keep your eye protection on in this moment? I don't.
Yeah.
I was like, and as I'm doing this, Mitch,
What do you mean?
Mitch, who is on the red team, walks over, grabs one of the blank fire grenades he has, throws it on the roof, and it goes off. And Declan's on the roof and goes, everybody on the roof is dead. The 3 dudes on the other side of the roof continue to play. And Declan goes, hey guys, you're dead. And they're like, no, we're not. And he goes, that grenade just went off. You guys are dead. And their response is, so? And they continue shooting. And I was like, right there. That right there is why I can't have you on this field, because you can't respect the fucking rules. So I was like, so here's what we're going to do. I'm not telling you can never come back here, but I'm telling you that you are done for the day. You're not ruining my game.
Yeah.
I was like, so we're going to walk off this ramp. I'm going to take your wristbands. We're going to take your armbands. You guys have to leave. And if it's going to become a problem, I'm going to call New Windsor PD, and they will come out here and escort you off the property. And when that happens, then you're never coming back here again. That's how this goes. And they were polite about it. They were okay. They were like, yep, we understand. They grabbed all of their guys and they proceeded to walk down to the parking lot. We took their wristbands and their armbands. This all happened in the first like 90 minutes of Milsim Day.
So we had a run-in with them when we were doing the 13 county super flank to get the bomb into the castle, and we were up on top of the hill, and then I looked at the UAV and was like, yeah, fuck that. Well, as we're moving up, we're taking fire sporadic kind of from the mosque, and I'm still like coordinating, and Ronnie comes running over and he's like, Dave, you got to come see this. He's like, this dude is eating BBs like crazy. He's like, dude, let's both go up there. So we did. We both went up there. He's hiding behind this pencil of a tree, right? And so Ronnie and I just like pincer him, both just shooting. And I'm like, wow, it's been a long time since I've seen I can't speak for Ronnie. I'm hitting the guy. And I know that's an airsofty thing to say. He was wearing a black sweatshirt. A white BB is great contrast. And also
I have a story about that guy.
Like the ranges you're dealing with. We shot him so many times that he couldn't shoot back. And he just, at some point, just gave up. And I was like, oh. And then all that happened. I was like, all right, cool, they got it.
Yeah, man, that's how you play. It's called To the Pain.
It's crazy.
Well, that same player, first game of the day, right after I had that iteration with Dick, I turn around and he's running into the front gate of the mosque, and I watch him get stitched up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I look, I'm like, you gonna call it? And he turns around and he starts shooting. I was like, whoa, stop. We're going to stop right here. I was like, come with me. And I was like, you're hit. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, which means you're out. And he goes, no. And I was like, yes, that means you're out. I was like, that means you're going to take your dead rag out along with this gentleman who has his dead rag out already. I was like, and you guys are going to go walk back to spawn. And he's like, why? And I was like, you have a safety brief wristband? And he shows me, and I'm like, okay, I'm losing my
Also
brain.
Confirmation he speaks English.
Yeah. And I'm like, I was like, brother, it's like 10 minutes into the first game. You're not even tired enough yet to be like, I don't understand the rules. Like, it's 10 minutes in. Come on now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I turned around. I looked at Dylan. I was like, Dylan, it's going to be one of those days. And he's like, and he yin and yang with him and I'm overreacting and he's underreacting because he's just like, no. It's like, it's probably the language barrier. We're going to offer him the safety briefing in Spanish. And I was like, you say that. I was like, those dudes just spoke English to me. He's just like,
that guy just did my taxes.
And he's like, take a breath. He's like, let's let the first game play out. We'll play it. And I'm like, okay.
That guy just tutored my son for his English class.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. My point that I think, kudos to you for being kind-hearted about it, but probably should have happened a little earlier.
I think I gave him too many chances.
But
sure, but we've had so many situations where people they're not paying enough attention. It's their first time, because
that too, yeah.
We have this like involuntary reaction. You get hit or you hear yourself get hit. It's like it's like coughing or sneezing. You're just like, yeah, oh fuck. Like sometimes you say it too soon. Sometimes you're like, oh fuck, no, that was just sorry, that was just a branch that fell on me, or like something like that.
It went over my shoulder. I thought it was going to hit me. I saw it coming.
Last night I stubbed my toe in the living room and yelled hit.
Yeah, see, like, So you have to give it the benefit of the doubt, especially, in the morning, and in your heart of hearts, you're like, if he is a shitter, maybe the direct attention, he's like, oh shit, they actually fucking enforce the rules here. I'm going to chill the fuck out. Obviously that was not the case.
Well, it's
I
part
mean, when
that,
somebody turns to you and says no,
it's part that
I don't know, man. Maybe the dad in me, like, it's like all riled up about that. Like,
Oh, no?
really?
Oh.
Written no?
Do you want to reevaluate that fucking answer?
it's part that what Dave was saying, but it's also part, maybe it is like, he just doesn't understand yet. He's only played Airsoft once. Maybe it wasn't at a legit field. So I'm like, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt of being like, maybe he just doesn't know better yet. And we can fix him. I know I sound like the dude that has a savior complex. Like, we can fix him. But I don't actually have that.
Yeah, but think about the car ride.
I think they really like me.
Yeah. They respected me.
Stop giving the stripper money.
No, like, yeah. But think about the car ride. All right, language barrier gone, right? Because we can assume that they all speak the same multiple languages or whatever the fuck, right? They can communicate because they're all friends, right? In the car ride, hey man, what are we going to do today? Oh, we're going to do this thing called Airsoft, and you shoot guns at each other and you hit.
It's kind of funny to bring that up.
Like, it's kind of a basic tenet of this, and it was kind of clear for some of them.
Did they rent?
No. You're like the
That
fourth
they-
person to
that
ask
they-
that question specifically. They all had their own gear.
Well, yes, and there was
could've been
definitely
borrowing.
there was definitely a couple of them that were like have definitely played Airsoft before.
Right.
So maybe if there was 4, 5, or even 6 that this was their first time, you would think that the other 4 would be like, hey man, so this is kind of how it works, I mean, what the most basic tenet of Airsoft is, if you get hit with a BB,
Call it.
call you hit. Like, that is.
Although, like I said before, I wasn't joking. To the pain,
I know.
Call up Rich.
I know.
Like,
Yeah, but that was 2004. Like,
right. But you know what I mean? Like, who knows? Different culture, whatever. But I will say this. Community policing is so important in it.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely refreshing to know that it happens. And okay, so was it 90 minutes late into Milsim or whatever the time was? Yeah, whatever, maybe. But was it addressed? Sure.
Yeah, and it was, and we don't talk about it very often. This one was just the most egregious in a while.
it has been a long time since I've seen something. Because here's what happens, right? This is why we don't allow people to yell out, call your hit. Because it's contagious, and BBs are moving so fast, and our eyes are only like processing at like 34 hertz or some shit, and it looks like your BB. 99% of the time, you're not hitting that guy. You're hitting a twig in front of him, or whatever the fuck, right? So that's immediately my first thought is like, hey, your gun doesn't shoot as good as you think it does, But this time, I was like, damn, it's been a long time since I've seen some shit like that, like willfully. And disregarding that.
He was like, come and get me. I'm right here.
Yeah, dude. And then Ryan and I were just like, like, all right, man.
And from a ref's perspective, doing this almost every weekend, you can tell there's like shitters and there's the deceptive shitter. The deceptive shitter, they're going to do the shitter stuff, but then they know how to play nice when somebody's looking at them. And then these guys were like honest shitters. They didn't give a fuck.
They were pure.
I could at least appreciate the fact that they were like, yeah, so what? Like,
Well, what are you going to do?
You're out.
Aside from them saying, oh, we don't speak English, and aside from him switching his gun from full auto to semi, to be like, I was on semi.
Crazy to me.
That's not full auto. This is full auto with a stock fucking G&G combat machine. Like, they were honest. And then there's players that like legitimately just don't know the game, like you were describing. But like from a ref's perspective, doing this every weekend, like you can tell when it's a language barrier thing. Yeah, because like we've had groups like okay, so we have a Spanish safety brief, and that's obviously languages other than English that people predominantly speak. If they're going to come and play here, it's going to be Spanish. But we've had groups of Chinese players, and it's like we don't have a Mandarin safety brief, and you know what that looks like when they're playing and they don't understand all the rules quite right. But even then, it's never that egregious, because it's like, you know what, they show up, they have their own gear, they've watched videos, they understand the premise of like no full auto, they understand the premise of like put your fucking dead rag away, because they come, they want to play the game. And then when people come because they want to be shitters, it's very apparent by what rules they break and how they break them. Yeah. So, you guys gave them a lot of chances, and I don't think that's a good or a bad thing, to be honest with you. Like
You have to be A, you have to be certain. B, you have to allow room for change, right? And so you have to give them.
We checked both those boxes.
Yeah, you might have to bleep this. I don't know, but you have to give them. Right, like you have to. You can't jump the gun. You can't jump the gun. I feel like it was appropriate. I feel like once it got to that point, it was appropriate. I don't feel like it was too late. I don't feel like it was too soon. It was appropriate. There was no question, to the point where when they came down the parking lot, their friends, like they were arguing with each other, like basically like Richard and Dick. Why are you like this? Yeah.
So
I'm never carpooling with you again.
Yeah, because Barbara had asked me about it towards the end of the day, because she's at the snack bar and Barbara speaks Spanish. She's like, what was that? And I explained it to her, and she's like, okay, so I guess there was like 2 or 3 people in that group that like played pretty regularly, and they were the ones that were excited to be here, because they were motherfucking the rest of the group. And I was like, I could hear, it was like, yep, that tracks, because I could hear it at the hill to fuel depot on the edge of CQB to the point that Declan, Dylan, and I were radioing Connor and staging, going, is everything okay? Because we thought they were like going at Connor because he was the ref at the ramp, so he was the one taking their armbands off, and he's like, no, it's fine. They're arguing amongst themselves. I'm like, okay.
The two Richards were like, why are you like this?
Yeah. Playing it back, right? The beginning, there were 2 gentlemen that definitely were like, hey, what do you need us to do? Blah, blah, blah. And they were like,
that was one of the guys I went and talked to. He was the one I explained. I'm like, hey, you guys got to go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because there were 2 guys in the beginning, and you know what? Fair enough. Maybe I'm just holding it a little heavier, because it would have been nice to not have those 10 people count towards my overall player count at the beginning of Milsim Day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Salty.
That's why I walked over and apologized. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I even told you in a moment, don't worry about it, man. Because I was the one,
Well, that was also when we cleared up the fact that you were the one tattling on your own team. And I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense now. It's like that. Because I'm sitting there going, I was like, whoever Bryan's complaining about, they're on his team then.
Yeah, the report that I got was there are guys that are not calling their hits. They are way overshooting dead people, and they are laughing and pointing at the people that they're shooting.
Yep.
Like, come on. Like, did you have Joker face paint on too? Like,
no, it was a Call of Duty ghost mask.
Just want to watch the game burn.
Right? Yeah, right. Like, come on, dude. Like, really? Did you just how to be a villain?
It was Jonathan, and I was like, because like he's describing to me what's happening, and I'm like, Are you messing with me? Like that, I didn't believe it at first, because I was like, this seems like, are you joking? Like, are you just screwing with me right now? He goes, no, really. And I was like, oh, get on the radio.
Yeah, I like the thing you've always said, Dave. You're like, I give you guys enough rope to pull the wagon, but that's also enough rope.
When do I ever say pull the wagon?
It's usually enough rope to survive.
What?
Enough rope to, well, you used to say it to us when we were back when I was rough. Used to be like, I always give you guys enough.
You did say that a lot back in the
day. Yeah, you used to say, I
pull the wagon?
Yeah.
Pull the wagon, no. It's usually enough rope to survive.
It's enough rope to like pull the wagon, enough rope to fucking do what you need to do. But you can also, what's your choice?
Yeah, you're misremembering it. That's not what he would say.
I give you enough rope to climb the mountain.
That's a lot of rope.
That is a lot of rope. No,
it depends on what you mean by mountain.
Well, it
you
also
always
depends
say,
on how you're climbing, right?
I give you enough rope to make a hammock. You know, I give you enough rope to set up a canopy.
I give you enough rope.
I can just turn his mic off.
I give you enough rope to thresh and thrash a palm frond roof of a hut.
I give you enough rope to adjust your sails.
God.
Okay.
Rope give mountain to pull sled. What?
But
good one.
So,
well, look, it was handled, right?
It was handled.
It was handled. Nobody got hurt, and it was so egregious. It was comical. Yeah. And so everybody that kind of ran into him was just like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, because
so it was treated like a joke by most of the players. Yeah. I'm sure somebody was salty, but
somebody probably was.
Yeah, that sentiment would have been totally different had it not been addressed at all.
Right? Yeah, you know
what I mean? Yeah. Like at that point, you would have had.
I want to see a future where when somebody's being a dick, all you hear is like from everybody, it just gets echoed. Beep, bop, 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 bop. Whoever's not singing at that point, like they're the one.
Also, it was funny. There's these two kids. They're both adults. These two regulars. They were on blue. One of them tried out as a tech apprentice for you once, way back. Both of them are on blue, and Mitch is on red, and they're all sitting in a building together outside the mosque, and they're looking at me, and they're like, "Jordan is bad." It was like, what? And they're like, the dudes on top of the mosque group, they're like, "It's bad," and I go, "Yeah, I'm actually on my way over to handle that right now." And they're like, Mitch looks at him. He's like, "I could revive you guys, and we could all go after them together." I was like,
Jesus.
"Stop!"
Yeah,
I was
no.
like, "Stop! We don't have to do that." I was like, "I'm going to handle it right now."
They're about ready to form a posse.
Yeah, like they were a little upset about it because they said they're like, I think the phrase they used was, "It's never been this bad before." I was like, "Don't worry, I'm going to handle it."
Never been this bad
It was
bad.
like, I'm serious. It has been before I owned an airsoft field, going to Lions Claw games. There's a team that likes to play there. And since then,
Does it rhyme?
no. Since then, I mean, that was like egregious as fuck. So we're talking 10 years plus since it was like that.
Yeah.
You're just like, you have to fucking laugh. Yeah.
What makes it so funny is the Rich and Dick skits.
It's perfect.
Oh,
When you
it's
see
fun.
that,
They
when
like
you see
check
the dead
the
rag
boxes.
thing, when you see the dead rag thing out in the wild,
The
you're
only
just
one
like,
that wasn't.
it's like
It's come to life.
it's like Nat Geo. It's like, oh, let's get the shot. You know, this is a dick in its natural habitat.
Yeah.
The only like box that didn't get checked was the armbands.
What about the iPro?
Oh no, they had good eyebrow. They actually had.
Was it upside down?
Yeah. Right.
An upside down skull mask.
They were in the
Can't see.
final pupil stages of emerging as a dick.
Upside down skull mask looking through the teeth.
But the dead rag, the not calling hits. When they do call their hits, they barely call their hits. Like those, all of those.
yeah.
It was just like
Did they put the armband around the plate carrier?
that. They
strap?
didn't do
Yeah.
because I was going through the.
How many
the-
patches did they have?
Oh, a lot.
Did they have so many patches that any of the patches were hanging off of the Velcro real estate?
I can fit one more.
I'm in the middle of editing the open play photos, so I'll find out for you.
Well, whatever. It was handled. If you don't enforce your standards, then you don't have standards. So
But bro, did they play both days of the Battlefield 6 beta?
yeah. Thankfully, yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
reenact that one. But
Yeah, I had a guy once, a group of guys. Funnily enough, at a Lions Claw event about as long ago as that, we were in the basement clearing out like this building at Muscatatuck. We in pistols at the time, shoot a bunch of guys, like, and he turns and shoots me, and I'm like, "Dude, I got you square in the back," and he goes, "I'm wearing plates on both sides, MFer," and I'm
I
like,
feel like we're talking about the same.
They are.
"No,
No,
maybe unless
I'm wearing
this,
plates. So what the fuck does that mean?
I
Is there
don't know.
special rules?
Not in any rules that I saw."
Yeah, right.
But,
that's when you're like, you pull your mag out and you're like, armor piercing.
Brother, judging by your gun, do you really think,
FN57, right?
brother, do you really think
Please
5.56
tell me
out of
it
a
wasn't
10.5
5.7.
inch barrel is going to penetrate level 4 plates? Brother.
I played one event, only one, where if you were wearing plates, not real plates, if you were wearing plates, then you could take 2 hits. And it was a shit show.
I was going to say that takes
was-
a lot of trust.
Shit show. Well, think about
Yeah.
this. You get shot once, you scurry off for 30 minutes. Do you still have to
reset?
get hit? Does it reset? Like what? So it was just like, it was bad news
So
bears.
hit
Yeah.
calling was egregious. Apparently,
It's like a
with that
Halo
one.
recharge shield.
Jordan,
It was
you're
bad.
going to like this, okay? Because Josh Warren, I think MSW does the plates things appropriately. I think they're the only ones that do it in a not problematic way. Like,
Yeah, you just get an extra turn.
you have to have a ballistic helmet and you have to have real plates, and it's just an extra tourniquet. So when you get
Oh, that's actually kind of.
so when you get
Yeah,
shot,
that's
you're
not bad.
still shot. It's not
But I've
like
still seen plenty of players wearing a hat with 2 tourniquets.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Come on, if we're gonna say what it is, like I love MSW, but I've also seen plenty of players wearing a plate carrier and a hat
And a boonie.
and still 2
Right, but-
2 tourniquets.
they would have done that regardless, though. I think they would have done that regardless.
Yeah, but
The rule itself didn't break didn't break the game.
It's a good idea, and it was
Taking multiple hits to your plate, though, that as a rule,
That's-
breaks the game.
That's stupid.
There's no way around that.
I've got self-healing nanotechnology plates. They recharge after 5 minutes.
Yeah. Wearing AR 500 steel, I can take 25 shots to the chin.
Dragon armor.
Dragon armor is pretty cool. That was a legit thing back
Yeah.
in the like mid 2000s.
I remember seeing it on Spike TV when I was a kid.
Who was the guy? Makowitz?
The guy from Future Weapons.
Yeah, they did a whole thing on that. Poor guy.
That's the one I was thinking of. Was the episode of Future Weapons with Dragon Skin.
I used to love that show. They showed the XM8.
They had the AT4 you could fire inside of a building, which blew my fucking mind.
Yep. The ACR.
The Swiss.
I saw a video today. The guy was talking about all these rifle programs to replace the M4. And he's like, with the XM8, after they decided that having everything inside of a single rifle was a stupid idea, they were like just looking at the XM8 and they did a bunch of tests and it didn't fail as much as the M4. Like they were like, by every metric, it was actually better. And they just didn't adopt it.
It was a fish gun.
Because the program just ceased. And then there was this, up until the new SIG weapon procurement, they just spent millions and millions of dollars on these programs just to test all these guns, just to ultimately scrap all of it and just make minor upgrades to the M4.
Yeah, but you have to do that. In a modern setting, you have to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't be caught on your laurels.
I mean, there's some cool guns.
Dude,
I mean, yeah.
So today I committed the ultimate no. So
Uh-oh.
I saw that the weather was going to be poopy today, so I got up a little early because I wanted to get the Christmas lights up. So there's a time crunch. I get all the Christmas lights out, and I bought those stupid icicle fucking lights. So there's like one strand of lights and then 100 strands of lights that just dangle, so they instantly get tangled up in everything and in all things.
I did that once.
Yeah. And then the dumpster had them. Yeah. So I'm under a time crunch, right? I can see the clouds rolling in. It's actually starting to snow a little bit. So I want to get all the high stuff done first, and I get all that done. And I got all the lights up, and it's full blown snowing now. And all I'm doing is just, putting up the extension cord here or whatever the fuck, and then the timer or whatever. And I plug everything in and turn it on, and only 3 strands work. I committed the ultimate cardinal sin.
You didn't check
I
first.
didn't check them because I was like, dude, so I basically wasted 3 hours of my life.
I would just leave them.
They're up. They look pitiful as shit. Like the ones on the bottom around my deck are fine. But all the high stuff, I have a small gable above my deck. Those don't work. And then on the actual roof line, it's like a 2 foot piece is working, and then about a 20-foot piece that isn't, and then like another 2-foot piece. It looks like such a trailer park.
All that story needs is for your neighbor to walk outside, hit a huge lever, and then it looks like Vegas. These spotlights in the air.
So I could share this because he'll never hear. My father-in-law was putting up the Christmas lights yesterday, and he has a potato gun that he uses to launch strands.
the fuck
That
up.
he uses to launch strands like 50 feet up into trees, or like a guide. And then on the other end, he has like it's the thickest fishing line that he has. He launches it over, then he connects the fishing strand to the lights, and then uses a cut down fishing pole.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's like this.
That's
like in the
efficient
yard,
as fuck.
Pulling up the strand so it goes up to the top, and then he'll tie off the fishing line someplace. And he likes to do, because he thinks it's funny, and it is, vertical strands of like 80 foot or 50 foot like lights like around the perimeter. So it's like that.
Can I get photos and videos?
Dude, that's
of this?
Yeah, 100%. I'll send you some photos.
That's fucking awesome.
So I was home yesterday, and I walk out to go to my car, and I see him doing it, and he's like, "No one's supposed to see me doing it like this."
It's supposed to be a mystery.
That's outstanding.
Yeah, PVC potato gun with an air compressor.
That's fucking awesome.
Yo, that's perfect.
It's like Batman. He should dress up as Batman when he does it.
He is the most ingenious individual that I've ever met. Smart as a whip. We just got done. He put a bunch of solar panels on like the roof of the garage and all this, and he by hand was doing all of the math for everything. Freaking trenched it out, ran the cabling, and hooked up like a whole battery bank into the basement to run the house for days at a time if there's no power.
Like Christian Bale Batman, like where he can't turn his neck, so he's doing the whole thing like this.
But effective. Super effective.
Like, that's insane.
Now, how pissed would he have been if he shot it up there, reeled up the Marlin, right, and then plugged them in, and none of them fucking worked? You're like, God, fucking damn it! I went to Lowe's. Like, I drove.
Yeah,
but now there's snow all over your roof.
Oh, I know, dude. I drove like
It's gonna be ice.
yeah, I drove in the fucking snowstorm. Roads were terrible. It took me like an hour and a half to get to Lowe's. It was like, God damn fucking piece of shit.
But
Like,
now he's determined.
so I bought I bought LEDs. B, because that's how old those icicle lights are, and they're not icicle. They're just a fucking strip of lights. And I have these clips that like clip onto my gutters, so I have to undo all those
gray ones that have like the little swirls in them.
No, these are just white ones. It comes with a pole that you can actually clip it onto.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right? But getting the where the wire sits, like just to pinch it up, it like hurts your fingers. It's like there's pain involved, right? And then to plug it in and be like, you idiot, you didn't test these fucking things before you put them up. There's nobody to be mad about. It's just me, right? I was just trying to beat the weather. There you go, kids. If you're going to hang up your fucking Christmas lights, test them first.
You ever make the mistake of getting the net Christmas lights? Because you're like, I'm going to put these around the bushes. And it seems like a great thing. It'll be pretty and beautiful and all perfectly round and light. No.
Well, you can do it once probably.
Yeah.
Like right out of the package, they're beautiful. They're like
an accordion. It just opens up and it's like, these things are wonderful. How beautiful is this light's going to be? And then
next year, you're like, what the fuck is this?
Or even shit, when you're taking them down, you're like,
yeah.
bag.
Like our Christmas tree, is fake. Don't judge.
I do.
I've had real trees my entire life. They're great. They're a huge fire hazard. And then at the end of the season, dude, they just dump fucking needles wherever you drag that tree through your house is just a like road of needles. Fuck that. I'm done with that. But it smells so nice. Cool, man. Get an air freshener. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
That's literally what I do.
Yeah, dude.
I've got a pine-scented air freshener in the middle of the fake tree.
We have a fake tree that's pre-lit. So you just snap the thing together, plug it in, bing, bang, bomb. There's your freaking Christmas tree. It's fantastic. Dude, it takes us 2 hours to put. It takes me 15 minutes to put the tree up. Fantastic. And then it takes another like hour and a half for Katrina to like bring out all the bits and bobs to put on there. But love it.
Microplastics win again.
Fucking love it, dude. Convenience wins again.
My mom would agree with you, but no.
Bringing a tree into your house is a weird thing to begin with.
We have a fake tree. We've had the same.
Our houses are made of trees. Well,
yeah.
What if there's some like ancient holistic medicine like reason for that? Because you know how certain plants, they give off pheromones that like they're good for your health. You know,
I don't want to talk about flat Earth again, Anthony.
No. This is Bob language. Like
I was going to say, we're in Bob territory.
Bob would know. Bob would, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a Germanic tradition, and the Holy Roman Empire was trying to assimilate people, so they just made their holiday.
Also, it started as a pagan ritual.
Like that's why there's a tree involved. Like they were just like, if we do it this way, they'll be
like. If you
likely.
ask Bob, he's going to have some voodoo magic shit for you. Yeah, there's probably a connection.
He drinks the water at the base of the tree at the end of Christmas.
So imagine living in Rome and trying to get a pine tree.
So the funny part there, two differing opinions. Okay, so I said we have a fake tree. Girlfriend's got a real tree, always. This is the first year with a dog. I looked at her, I was like, you got to be real careful with that one. And she's like, why? I was like, first off, he's going to try and lick the tree. Second off, he's going to see the bowl of water and thinks it's his drinking water. And she's just like, fuck, I didn't think of that. I was like,
and then he's going to have diarrhea everywhere.
Already does.
Yeah.
He switched his dog food. He's had diarrhea for 2 days.
God. Just let him eat a rabbit or something.
Fuck it. I said the same thing. It's like, stop buying him the $100 food.
We got a real tree and we have like actual candles all over the tree.
No,
light
don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
You ever seen how fast a Christmas tree goes up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's insane.
I used to burn my old ones at the end of every
Yeah,
Christmas.
dude.
They burn super hot. Like you're next to that fire, you're like, like it's just, it's very hot.
It's like a small tree. You're 20 feet away, and like it's still too warm over here.
It's not even the smoke. It's just the heat waves. Like your eyeballs are cooking. Like you feel them shrinking into jerky
God
inside
forbid you
of the
have contacts
sockets.
in.
Well, speaking of Christmas, the next Milsim Day is going to be December 20th. It's going to be the week before Christmas. But we do have, for that week, we continue our theme of filming on Mondays or Tuesdays. That episode comes out on the 26th. Are we going to do a Christmas-themed episode?
Fuck yeah,
Can we do a Christmas theme Milsim Day?
Is it the Grinch versus Santa?
The objectives are presents.
So Dylan
Like
had
one team's trying to steal Christmas.
So I don't know about that.
we will demoralize the other team by stealing their
I don't know about that one. But Dylan
And
has,
then who was the hero that saved Christmas? A little girl dragging a blanket. She's like, "Where are my presents?" Right? And then saves red team. Red team grows a heart. Their heart grows so many times
I'll
that
tell you
day.
what,
They give all the presents back.
I'll tell you what. I'll look around. Maybe I have a decent idea for a Christmas-themed Fraggo for Milsim Day.
And
I
then
can
Dick
figure it
shoots
out.
the girl.
Can we start out with like Santa's sleigh has gone down and it's like a Black Hawk Down scenario and he has a pistol, a guy in a Santa suit with a pistol holding off the team, and everybody's got to go rescue Santa.
Well, I was more leaning towards. I
Kill
know
all the wounded reindeer. Pow, 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 pow. I love you so much.
We need Samuel L. Jackson to come
it's
and
like
be Santa.
detonating the helicopter so that way the enemy can't get their hands on the reindeer.
I was more leaning towards.
Dasher,
I
you
want
served
Samuel
us
L.
well.
Jackson to
We'll
come
tell
and
your
be
family
Santa.
you died bravely in battle. Cut, 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 cut.
Ho, 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 motherfucker.
I was more leaning towards. I know Hobby Lobby is already 50% off on wrapping paper. What is it going to be closer to Christmas? We could wrap a bunch of the props as Christmas.
Just wrap
gifts.
the entire Chinook.
And then,
Some of the
you
presents-
kind of beat me to it. I was going to say we could wrap a bunch of the ammo cache stuff as presents, and then wrap the helicopter like it's Santa's sleigh, and then you have to go rescue Santa's crash sleigh.
Some of the presents
wrap
are
buildings
actual
in
props.
Newtown.
Other presents are
It's
traps.
Christmas Village down there.
I have enough Christmas decorations in my garage that we could probably pull that. I
Dude,
fucking love Christmas.
Dude, some of the presents on the
Creamy
field.
shits. Sorry.
I mean, look at the Christmas stuff that's thrown up all over the shop. I love Christmas.
Some of the presents on the field are actual props, like Fraggos that get you points. Other ones are traps.
Yeah, so when you open it up,
This has gone way too far.
Yeah.
It hasn't gone far enough.
Now it's lame. Thanks, Anthony.
My mind immediately went to D&D where you have like the mimic, which is a
Yeah, the
monster. It
mimic,
looks like
yeah,
a treasure
that's
chest.
right.
Or you can do like Christmas versus Hanukkah.
No,
Red team
We're gonna
versus
stop
blue
right
team.
there.
Red team
We're gonna
versus
stop
blue
it right
team.
there.
we'll probably just do red team versus blue team.
Hanukkah's team, they have to light the whole menorah to
it's blue and
win.
white.
They have to find the candles on the field and they have to assemble it in the middle of CQV.
So
and then the Christmas team has to find the cookies on the field so that they can leave it for Santa.
So I have a funny story for you.
Their plates in the middle of CQB, the menorah's there with the plate.
I know both of you watch Fat Electrician. I know you're somewhat
I'm
acquainted.
sorry.
Sometimes.
So, you're acquainted. He did the episode on Hobby Lobby. So this is like
I am familiar with that one.
Yeah, so like 2 or 3 weeks ago, my mom and I go to Hobby Lobby, and she's a florist, and she's like, "Oh, I need stuff to like spruce up the flower area with a bunch of Christmas things." And she's like, "I think I want to get a menorah too." And like we're walking into Hobby Lobby, and I look right at her. I was like, "Ma, you're not gonna find that here." And she's like, "Why? It's Hobby Lobby. They have everything." And I was like, "They're not gonna have that." And she's walking around for like 40 minutes in Hobby Lobby, going, "Where's the Hanukkah section? What is going on here?" And I'm looking at her. I'm like, "Mom, they're not going to have anything Hanukkah related in here."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, what? Do you know something I don't?" And I was like, "Yes, they're a super pro-Christian company." And she's like, "Well, that doesn't mean they can't have Hanukkah." I was like, I'll show you the video." Like we walk, like we finish up. She goes, "I can't believe I couldn't find a single Hanukkah thing." And here, like we go back out to the car, and we sit in the car. I'm like, "Do you want me to put the video on, or do you want me to explain it in 5 minutes?" She's like, "Oh, just fucking explain."
You go, huh.
Which is
Today we're going to talk about Hobby Lobby.
which is like really
Look, if you're
bizarre.
not picking up what I'm
right?
putting down,
So which is really bizarre, right? Because Hanukkah is not just like, it doesn't just predate Christianity, but it predates it by like 160-ish years. So like Jesus would have celebrated Hanukkah.
Yeah, probably.
Right. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
I know we're laughing, but it's because we're trying to figure out if we have to bleep that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I feel sorry for you. Yeah, that whole section. Sorry, listeners, you're probably not going to hear half of that. And only because people are too fucking sensitive. But we got to start over. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Zulu 24 podcast.
Hey, Dave, do you know what time it is?
Yeah. Hey, you know what time it is? It's Normie.
What do you have for us today?
That was worse.
That was worse. I would also still like to point out, see, I wasn't kidding. It still blinks.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it always blinks until I remember to hit it again. It's only because I actually activate it via that.
You're like a DJ.
A little bit. Okay, yeah, so this one came up last night in conversation. Is it normie, and this one could target the elitists a little bit, is it normie to buy fake tattoo sleeves to wear for your kit pics? And I also have a follow-up one because I really just want to beat that horse of the person I know who used to do this. Is it equally as normie to stand in front of your car and take your kit pick photos with the lights that you have installed because you're a volunteer firefighter or EMS driver?
Whoa, wait.
That's normie.
Oh, wait. Yeah,
Because I know someone that used to do both. They used to buy the fake tattoo sleeves and put it on and like cut the sleeves off their cry shirt so that they would look like they had an armful of tats. And then they would take photos in front of their truck that they had their volunteer firefighter lights on.
Oh yeah, that's indefensible. Like I'm trying so hard to be like, okay, if you're doing a reenactment kit or it's just, I can't. It's indefensible.
To be fair, he like by all definitions, he had the right kit to like do a full Dev Grew impression.
Okay, wait. When he was taking pictures, sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No.
When he was taking pictures, did he have his guns?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I tried.
He would do it here.
Oof.
Yeah. He would park his truck over in the area behind the snack bar in the gravel, and he would turn his volley lights on, and he would slide on his fake tattoos.
Oh, no.
He would look real hard moto where you like push your shoulders out and you let the gun hang almost like you're a shitter, but not quite the shitter pose because we know there's a pose that goes along with shitters.
But there's no sling involved in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, very straight arms.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I could say his name too. It was
What?
the one that of the group that I used to play with that you hated.
Oh yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah, he used to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Maybe the sleeve things. I think it's silly.
I'm also sad I forgot about this.
I think it's cheesy. Get real tattoos. I don't know, whatever. But part of me is like, whatever. It's picture. It's dress up. It's a costume. It's funny.
Sure.
But if you add any one of those other aspects, it could just be in front of your car in general with that setup. Normie. You have flashing lights because you're
blue volley lights, like the blue of
like,
behind Dave and Anthony. That blue flashing with the white because you were a volley firefighter.
Yeah, no. Go home. Turn in your airsoft gear. Turn in your lights. I can't even, man. It's making my brain explode. It makes me cringe harder than when I thought about going to that Modern Warfare 2 release dressed up in the kid at GameStop.
Yeah.
Right? That makes it
What's
cringe
worse,
harder.
going to Comic-Con in your gear or doing that?
Both are equally as
Yeah,
bad.
those are.
Yeah. I see no difference in these pictures.
Corbin wants you to tell us the
They're
difference
the same
between these two photos.
Dude, that's tough.
Yeah, tough. You're right. I changed my mind. It's not Normie. That's tough.
That's
Tough.
tough.
So like I can understand. So
Yeah, but
Sorry,
the
sorry, dude,
conversation.
I don't know you, but whatever.
I'm going to slightly play devil's advocate for a second. First, I can't believe
ahead.
I only remembered this week. I wish I remembered it last week when we had Josh on.
Yeah.
Oh
God.
The literal tattoo artist. But one thing I've said to Josh and to Will and Mitch and every other friend I have that's a tattoo artist, because the more I think about it, I know quite a few of them. If I ever found something that I wanted to look at for the rest of my life, I'd probably be interested in getting a tattoo. I'm not anti-tattoos. I think they're cool. I've just never looked at something and went, shit, I want to see that every day for the rest of my life. I also think that if you're going to do full sleeves like that, where you're like cutting your shirt so that they could see all the tattoos, you should probably have some good looking arms. I have neither of those. I have nothing that I want to look at every day for the rest of my life, and my arms are not that great. So no, I don't have tattoos.
Tattoo your knees.
I do have some pretty good legs, but I'm not.
You can get some sweet leg pieces.
That's true,
on, like,
but
the
I
back
still
of your
haven't hit the
calf.
first requirement of finding something I want to look at every day for the rest of my life.
You and Tom should get matching knee tattoos.
As somebody that has 1 or 2 tattoos, you don't need anything that you want to look at for the rest of your life. Like, look at this wolf.
That's amazing.
It
These are
looks
cool
like
tats.
a bear.
Yeah, but it's aged so well because now it's ironic.
I collected this when I was in Vegas, like on a business trip, right?
Yeah.
It's
Funny though because Evan has one very similar to this on his back.
Because it's
You know which one I'm
classic.
talking about.
It's
You know which
classic.
one I'm talking about.
Upper back or lower back?
This is the
it's
wolf.
like right here.
This is the wolf that is like on the cheesy wolf T-shirt from Amazon. You know, I wanted it. Like, do I want to look at this? Do I look at this and be like, man, I love that wolf? Look at this guy who did the feet didn't put paws. He put bear claws for whatever reason on the bottom of like this.
I know, but
that's a bear
it's two
claw,
different.
man.
It's two different thoughts. Like
I don't
to
care.
me, I know tattoos are expensive.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Most of this stuff is like from places that I went.
Sure.
It's like, do I want to buy a magnet or do I want to get a tattoo? I'm gonna get a tattoo. This is from Vegas. This is also from Vegas. That was my anniversary, right? I have one on my chest that I got in Reno. There's
a lot of Nevada theme.
Yeah, I was gonna
well, I used to go.
I've
I
never
used to
been
go
to
to
Vegas.
Nevada for business a lot.
Yeah.
So,
But that's why I say like I haven't found anything where I'm like that's cool enough that I want it.
doesn't have to be cool. That's
know,
like,
but for me, it
that's
does.
That's like what every not tattooed person gets. It's like, and I remember thinking the same thing. Well, I'm gonna get this thing. It's like super like deep and memorable. Now it's like I want a skull with a 13 on it.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know.
It's awesome.
6, 7.
I don't know. That's just my thought because again, I'm not saying it has to be meaningful.
That's a great idea. I should just get
Jordan, you
6,
should
7
just,
tattooed on me.
Jordan, you should just start simple. Start in a place where nobody's going to see, right? Like your lower back. You want to right? It's just a little, something tasteful.
like the Zulu outdoor mountain.
I mean, to be fair, I know there are plenty of people that have gotten their logos tattooed on them. I will not be one of them.
No, I
Especially on the forearm right around here.
I met a guy recently with a fictional country's flag tattooed on him.
Oh yeah, there was somebody with the gun gamers flag, right?
Good for them.
bought in.
Like
They bought
I've been doing Zulu. Yeah, he is bought in.
They bought it.
It's gonna be a real
Like
shame when Eric changes the flag.
I've been doing Zulu for like 15 years. I think I could be justified by putting Zulu's logo, but I just don't want it. Like,
But that's what I'm saying.
it's not my thing.
So the reason I say that is because it could
What
be
if
cool.
you change the logo to something like a bald eagle resting on Lady Liberty's shoulder while she's holding 2 machine guns?
And she's topless.
Ah,
And has
look
a
at
nice rack.
the toga slipped.
Yeah. It's just a nip slip. Oh, God.
Good
So,
Lord.
regarding the normie topic,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
like the tattoo sleeves, right, and the light thing, like, and to me, and I'm all about the definitions. Like,
Fair.
normie is like you see a normie do it. Like, honestly, like the dead rag sticking out of your chest rig and you're still alive. That's a normieism. But this guy has, I mean, that's just a kink.
So
No.
The
So
sleeves is just like a special interest. You know what I mean?
I think you have a fundamental misunderstanding of what the definition of normie is. Normie is undefinable. It is a thing that makes you go, oh, it's that feeling. It's that like
Schrodinger's,
whoa.
it's Schrodinger's term. It could be like very average, and even average, you could be like ooh, or it could be like something really niche. But either way, it's like ooh,
That's also why I love this one because I feel far too often we're beating on the newer kids.
yeah.
Oh, no.
This is a normie topic about someone that's been playing for 10 plus years.
Oh, yeah.
Someone that has everything that says cry on it. Someone that has a built out gun rivaling something of your caliber. And then they put fake tattoos on and turned on their fucking volley firefighter lights.
My real question is, who is that picture for?
It was for his Instagram page.
Everybody in his life knows that he doesn't have full sleeves.
Right.
Right? Like, so,
It's for the non-followers, bro.
yeah, but deep in those comments.
This is also from a kid that used to try so hard to make his airsoft gun look realistic that you would post, it wasn't arms list. There used to be like an Instagram kind of app just for firearms. Forgot what it was called.
Try to slip it in.
Yeah. And see if people would realize it's actually an airsoft gun. He was trying so hard to make it look like he was actually in the military, but he wasn't.
Oh, that's an easy path.
That's
brother.
normie.
I could walk him right down to a place that'll put him right in the military.
sleeves.
Yeah.
The sleeves, were they intended to look real?
I know what he's talking about. They do look kind of
They're
real.
not like cartoony tattoos.
When this conversation came up last night,
They're not cartoony tattoos and they're real.
They're not like Spirit Halloween sleeves.
no. But when this conversation came up last night, I looked it up. They've progressed a lot too. Now you can get custom designs. You could upload your own artwork. It's like, holy fuck.
I'm doing that. I'm doing that.
Because part of it is like, it'd be really funny.
Use ChatGPT.
It'll be the Zulu 24 logo, the Zulu outdoor logo,
The
and
Antec
Snack
logo.
Bar, the Antec logo.
6-7.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You know what would be funny? Like if I were to get a sleeve of fake tattoos, my arms are too skinny. It would just sag.
You
Those
just
are
look
like
like you
those-
have old arms.
They're like those athletic.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, those have never fit me right. Like once I get down past the middle of the forearm,
you got no forearm.
Now's
It's
your time
like-
to try it because if I remember
if I
correctly, I think it
flex,
was
I
like,
have some up here, but then at the elbow, it sags, and then at the fore, I got Popeye forearms, so then that'll tighten up, and then at the wrist, it'll just sag again.
I'd have to look it up again, but if I remember correctly, the first one that popped up,
It's like a sad
design your own. It
sausage.
was like 40
for real?
It was
Sorry.
like $42.
It was $42.
I think it was like $42 for a build your own one when I looked it up last night.
That ain't that bad.
That's why I'm like, it's kind of funny.
Similar, unrelated note, I found a company via PSA that they sell, like if you want like World War II frog camo, they sell stencils for that so you can paint your gun.
That's fucking dope.
and
cool,
and
though.
they sell all the colors, like all the spray.
Yeah.
I'll show you after the.
I've seen a company that did that before where it was like everything you needed to paint your gun, like AOR 1 or AOR 2.
Oh yeah, they have stencils and like use the stencil first, this color, and it's.
See, that's really cool. It's just not my taste. Like all my guns that are
They
painted,
have a ton of patterns.
I don't know.
I what I really want is that discontinued Krylon medium brown. You know which color I'm talking about?
Yeah,
That
the one they use for Project Honor.
No. It's like what everybody used. The Rangers use it. The SEALs use it. It's like that brown that always sticks out just a little bit.
Yeah,
on the
I know
helmets.
which one you're talking about.
It's just it has a little bit of a shine to it. It's been discontinued for years. I would love to get a hands on some more of that. Sorry.
That is rattle can autism.
Yeah.
So
Like there's specific discontinued paint. I'm sure if you saw one on eBay for $200, you'd probably get it.
no, I'm also
a half
I'm
full
also
can.
cheap.
Yeah, he goes, I'm also cheap.
Yeah, no, I have that same autism.
I mean, I could probably make it and put it into an airbrush, like mix
I
it
was gonna say,
myself.
if you could just figure out the color code, you could mix it.
Great. Now I know what I'm doing later.
I have an airbrush kit.
I have an airbrush.
Okay, there you
Come
go.
on, man. My other nerdism is I was
that's right.
huge 40K player. I have all the stuff to paint stuff.
Would
I
it be
heard you
normie to get house paint, like wall paint, and paint your gun with that?
Oh,
I
shit,
can
that's part of the
see kids
system.
out there
Wait, that's part of the Systema story.
Streaky as crap out there.
All right, let's land this banana.
I'll tell you what, because it's the Christmas season, the next time around, we can tell the Systema story like it's a Christmas story.
There we go. We'll get a
that
big book. We'll film in front of the fireplace over there.
We could. We actually could. Because people have asked, because we brought it up, if you want to hear the time a Systema got stolen, we'll tell the story. Yes, we can do it. We can do it as a Christmas theme. It'll be fun.
Jesus.
Gather round, children.
Gather around, children.
Now
Get
have
like a big
ChatGPT.
oversized book.
Yeah, have ChatGPT write it like it's a nursery rhyme.
Our children's story. Oh, you could totally do that.
Yeah, right. Like just put in the actual story and you'd be like, okay,
And then
now
turn it
write
into
this
I'll
like a
have
Christmas
to-
carol.
I'll have to congregate with the boys and get all of the facts straight before I put it into ChatGPT so we get it as accurate as possible.
Remember the monthly update
Yes.
before ChatGPT?
When I banned the IAR. Yeah.
Yep.
That was a good one.
Boo! By the way, bring it back for ops.
No.
Bring it back for
I
ops.
told you, he won't even let us use the subgun for Milsim Day.
No,
Why
I
would
said
he?
ops. I said ops. I didn't say
I know.
Milsim Day. I didn't
know,
say
but
open.
why
play.
would we then introduce another gun that can go full auto for ops?
Here's
So-
the thing. On decisions that there's like a few decisions I've made that have had literally nothing but positive impacts on the play, and that is one of them. There's like 5 big decisions.
It's
I've made.
because at the time you had a ton of shitters who were looking to
skirt the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I'm not getting out there with the fucking measuring tape.
No, you don't have to use a measuring tape. At Chrono, you have a pre-cut stick. There you go, boy. Like it's like you're a crabber.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this one's good. Slide it down.
That'd be a good Sora video, actually. Like he pulls up a crab trap. There's a bunch of 416s or whatever. And he's like, no.
I see your logic because like the M27 and the original RPK, fuck the RPK 16.
So
but they're not used like that.
I understand.
They're not used like that. There's a reason why belt-fed machine guns are used for sustained fire.
Then how come I've seen skinny shooting RPKs full auto with their legs apart, or not RPKs? RPKs with their legs apart, like just kind of skirting around because they're
show me their
no
impacts.
modern military uses them anymore because they're not good for sustained fire. The closed bolt system is not good for sustained fire.
So what I'm hearing is at Blood Diamond, third party can use them.
Oh, Christ.
Well,
no. The answer is no, just in case anybody just like
the only
stayed with us this whole time. Like,
the only one that I actually think is worth entertaining is just for the historical value is the BAR.
Sure. During World War II games, the BAR is fine. Yeah.
World War II games are different because a lot of those guns.
Well, I was going to say
also-
that all of the airsoft BARs in existence don't have a semi-auto.
Well, like if you do a World War II op and everybody's sticking World War II guns, if you get like a Sten, I'm pretty sure it only shoots full auto.
Yeah.
You know,
Is it true?
Yeah. Right. Enough with that. I don't want to go down another rabbit hole. It's like 2 hours now.
It is exactly 2 hours.
Bing, bang, bong. All right.
Bring back the IR.
No.
Automatic rifleman.
With that, it doesn't exist. And they use belt feds. But anyway.
This is airsoft. A lot of stuff isn't real.
we need a Korean
Which is
war
why
game.
we can have the rules.
No. You can have all those things and more at a Gun Gamers event. So if you want those things,
Or an
things,
MSW.
Yeah, well, MSW, everything's fucking full auto.
Gun Gamers January 31st. Platoon. I have a 10% off discount. Reach out to me via Discord or Instagram.
But you have
Eric,
to-
I'll be contacting you for the money for the free promotion. Well, no, the paid promotion that Bryan just did.
I do no paid promotions. Everything is free. I do not speak for all opinions or blah, 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 blah.
You are literally their staff.
and to get the discount code, you have to have been to a Milsim day.
Yeah, you have to have been to a Milsim day. So that's why I said reach out to me.
All right. With that, everybody, good night, God bless. We're out.
Download the app.
Download the app December 20th.